What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We have the NFC investment video now, and I highly recommend, if you haven't, go watch the AFC video first, because we go through kind of the playoff program breakdown and all that stuff. And again, we're not going to be mentioning players like Cooper Kupp, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Jefferson, because they're going to be getting AP cards or Team of the Year cards. So I don't have them slotted in to get playoff cards. But this video is more of kind of just like, freestyle. We're just going to be talking about each team and who's the most likely to get a card. And the last thing, I didn't mention power-ups in the AFC video, and I'm not going to mention them in this video, because mostly through program sets, you get the power-up back from the set. So that's why I don't hate investing in power-ups, but the only time I like investing in power-ups is like for an LTD, and it's really hard to predict. We saw how Jalen Hurts power-up reacted on the market. It's just hard. It kind of caps the ceiling for a power-up because you just get one back from this set. But without further ado, let's hop into it. Let's start with the Green Bay Packers, the number 1 seed, the team I think is going to be making its way to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. There's a couple options on offense that make the most sense. Defensively, though, it's a little bit of a mess. Offensively, though, we have David Bakhtiari, probably the most likely option, the highest left tackle base correlate in the game. Does not have an upgrade. I think it just makes sense. David Bakhtiari, I feel like gets a 95 overall playoff card every single year, but Devontae Adams was the other option, but now he just got a Ghost of Madden Present LTD. The other option, and this is really with any LTD that I mentioned in the last video and this video. So LTDs like Aaron Jones, who's definitely due for an upgrade. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, gonna win MVP. He's not gonna be getting a playoff card. So for Aaron Jones, and I want to talk about this with LTDs, I don't like investing in LTDs because if, let's say, Aaron Jones does get a 95 overall card, no one is going to want to power up Aaron Jones when it costs $200K to get the LTD or Redux, and then you need $250K for the 95. The card would just be way too expensive to power up, and a lot of people would actually go out of their way and power up a card like Aaron Jones because he has an LTD. So he is an option, but it's a long shot for him to get, or it's not a long shot for him to get the card. I think it's just not that good of an investment because it wouldn't really, the card would go up, it's just not worth the risk in my opinion. Defensively, there's a couple options. You got Rasul Douglas. He has resurrected his career in Green Bay. We always talk about Team of the Week cards are the best cards to invest in because their ceiling, we've seen with the likes of Kyler Murray, CeeDee Lamb. Team of the Week cards go to the moon when they get potential upgrades. And the other card, main card that I'm going to be investing in for the well, not really, this is a hard one to invest in because there's multiple options. It's Devondre Campbell, an 89 overall Team of the Week, a card that is definitely deserving of a 95 overall. He's had a hell of a year, potential maybe Team of the Year card down the line, but Devondre Campbell for the Packers, I know there's Preston Smith, he can upgrade, but the two most likely guys I think is Devondre Campbell and Rasul Douglas, maybe Eric Stokes too. But for the Packers, I don't think I'm going out of my way to pick up any defensive investments. But offensively, I'm going to be going after a couple of David Bakhtiaris. Now for the Rams, this one is a little bit spicy because offensively, but basically every single important piece of the Rams has gone an upgrade except for the main man, the man from Cleveland, OBJ. But like, we're not going to get an Austin Corbett 95. Rob Havenstein, he could get a 95. Daryl Henderson just got a card. Sony Michel is kind of taking over that backfield. Van Jefferson makes sense to get like a 95. He's had a pretty good year, but why would EA give Van Jefferson a 95 over OBJ? And that's kind of my viewpoint on that. Cooper Kupp, Team of the Year, AP Offensive Player of the Year, not going to be getting a playoff card. Matt Stafford has a Thanksgiving LTD. Sony Michel, I don't really think he gets a 95, but I think it just makes the most sense. Andrew Whitworth, what I'm thinking. Andrew Whitworth, former Bengal, definitely could get a 95, but he has a 90 overall. Robert Woods has an LTD, just got his team tight and out of position. I know OBJ has an out of position card, but I think this is it, man. I think it's time that OBJ gets a premier card of Madden 22. It makes a lot of sense. The timing is right. He's been playing really, really well. He's a very important part of that Rams offense. An 87 most feared, although can't go up too much like a Gridiron Guardian because you could get it through a set. Probably max to go up to like 30-35K. I think OBJ, I think this is time he gets an upgrade. It wouldn't be, I'm going to be picking up a couple of his most feared, a couple of his core elite, but OBJ, that'll be a very fun card to use in game. Defensively, there's not a lot of options. Leonard Floyd kind of comes to mind, but with the Rams, and you're going to see with a bunch of these teams in the NFC defensively, like the BUCS, there's just not a lot of there's just too many guys that can get upgrades. I put Jalen Ramsey on the list. Jalen Ramsey probably gets a Team of the Year, but there is a shout. There's not like that huge name on the Rams. Aaron Donald has too high of an overall card. Jalen Ramsey either getting a playoff card or a Team of the Year card. They could give him a playoff card. That's why I have on the list. It would be a little bit of a riskier investment because I think it's just better that he gets a Team of the Year. But for the Rams, I put down Leonard Floyd. It's probably the only guy I'm going to be investing in for the Rams to get that defensive hero. 83 overall superstar, although can't go up too much. I think Leonard Floyd has a big enough name, a selling point to be a 95. Moving on to the BUCS now, and offensively, they have a bunch of guys that, well, I mean, who knows if the BUCS franchise even is going to be a thing when you're watching this video. Bruce Arians might be fired after that whole AB debacle, but I don't know why I put Tom Brady on the list, because who the hell would actually power up Tom Brady to get +1 speed and all those stats when you need his LTD and Redux, which goes for like 200K, I think. So I'm actually going to take Tom Brady off my investment list. So I'm not going after the core elite. I'm not going after the LTD because it's just way too damn expensive to power up Tom Brady. The other options, of course, Chris Godwin just tore his ACL. Antonio Brown probably not playing football for the Buccaneers anytime soon. Mike Evans, the last of that kind of elite receiving core to be healthy and going to be playing for them in the playoffs. 90 overall Gridiron Guardian. We like how the Gridiron Guardians reacted. Alvin Kamara's card went from what, like 100K or like 85K to 250K when he got that harvest card. Mike Evans wouldn't be the best card because he wouldn't be the fastest card in the game. You know, he could get this upgrade. Leonard Fournette has had a great year. I'm excited to see what type of contract he gets in the offseason because I think he's on a 1-year deal. I want to see which team kind of gives him the bag. But the one that makes the most sense for me from the Buccaneers standpoint, you need some of these boring players in this promo, and it's 95 overall or 84 overall core elite. Ali Marpet does not have a card in this year's game. Again, you're going to have some offensive linemen in this promo. I think Ali Marpet just makes the most sense. Buccaneers potentially can get to another Super Bowl, so they're probably not going to give the skill position guys like Tom Brady, Mike Evans probably potentially down the line get cards. But Ali Marpet, let me know, Bucs fans, if he actually has been playing this year. He's been healthy. I have no clue when it comes to the Buccaneers. So Ali Marpet, though, I'm going to put him down for the left guard. He, again, any core elite that does not have an upgrade, I'm going to be investing in because it's the most likely that they get the upgrade. But defensively for the Buccaneers, it is a mess. You got Shaq Barrett, who has, I think, an LTD 91 overall. Levante David just got a veteran card. He's probably not going to get the playoff card. But then there's just like a whole list of guys. You got Sean Murphy Bunting. JPP has an LTD. The Bucs seem to have so many LTDs on defense from other teams. JPP got that, the Giants card. But then you move down to Ndamukong Suh. He's gotten like 10 cards this year. I don't think he's really going to get an upgrade. And then you got the two guys, Vita Vea and Devin White. Vita Vea, though, just got a running back card, but I still think this is one of the teams that I'm not going to be investing in because Vita Vea, his superstar, we know superstars don't go up that much from Marlon Humphrey. Like, they'll go up like 10K. I don't know if that's worth it as a risk. Vita Vea, core elite, wouldn't be bad. And then Devin White, he has a Redux, which isn't too expensive. There's just too many options from the Buccaneers standpoint that you're just like, it's like a 1 in 5 chance that you pick the right guy. But I will be going after Ali Marpet 150%. But on the contrary, the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, one of the best teams in the game, like probably top 3 right now. They have two guys that I think are the most, some of the most obvious guys to get the 95 overall playoff card. So Dallas Cowboys, let's discuss it offensively. Leo Collins, 91 or 92 overall LTD, probably not going to get the card. Amari Cooper's the other guy, like Mike Evans. It's kind of like the same Mike Evans, Ali Marpet situation. Amari Cooper could get the 95. Zeke, do they give him? I mean, Zeke kind of would make sense for 95 because I don't think he'd be a flashback Zeke. CeeDee Lamb, of course, just got a card, but the card that makes the most sense, Dak Prescott, probably going to win comeback player of the year, either him or Joe Burrow, so they're not going to give him a playoff card and an awards card that would be like a 95 to a 97 overall. It's Zach Martin. Zach Martin, one of the best offensive linemen we've had in the past decade. Could get a team of the year card. The fact Zach Martin doesn't have an upgrade this late on into Madden doesn't make a lot of sense. I think it just makes it fits like a glove to get his playoff 95 overall. Tyron Smith he could be other, but why would they give Tyron Smith 2 upgrades before Zach Martin giving him 1? I'm going to go with Zach Martin and I actually buy 2 of these right after I finish recording this video because for 20K, and again, these are Cowboys players, so they'll be very, very popular amongst like the promo, what am I trying to say? Trayvon Diggs, I think a mortal lock to get a Team of the Year card. I don't think he gets a playoff card. I think it just makes sense he gets a Team of the Year card. And for the Cowboys in this player, Randy Gregory got his right end upgrade. For the Cowboys, it just makes, like, he had a down year last year, but this year he's been playing really, really well. Part of that really good Cowboys defense. DeMarcus Lawrence out of Boise State, going for a measly probably pick him up for less than 4,000 coins over the weekend. Cowboys theme team, I love both Zach Martin. I love both Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence as investments. And then Micah Parsons, by the way. Think about how expensive that defensive rookie of the year Micah Parsons is going to be. You're going to get the Ghost LTD, the defensive player of the year, or defensive rookie of the year Micah Parsons card, and then you're going to need that is going to be a 1.5 million coin card to power up when it comes down to that. But DeMarcus Lawrence, Zach Martin, love those two as investments. Arizona Cardinals, since we just got like huge pieces of their offense, just got upgrades in Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. I probably thought only one of those guys was going to get a 0 chill upgrade, and the other one would be the playoff card. So offensively, it's a little bit foggy. You have Kelvin Beachum. We don't really invest in team builder cards because you could just do the set. Like, unless the entire core elite market goes up in price, team builders can't really go up in price. James Conner has had, after coming from the Steelers, has had a great year. He's been a TD vulture from Kyler Murray as a fantasy owner. I don't like James Conner. I don't like James Conner this year. Not as a person, but just like, it was annoying watching him take all the touchdowns. Zach Ertz, he's already gotten 2 cards after getting traded from the Eagles. Probably unlikely he gets a 3rd. James Conner, not good enough, I think, to get a Team of the Year card. He's like in that. I think James Conner gets an upgrade in this promo, either 93, but he has like, what, he's an 89 or 90 overall card. I think it just makes sense. He gets a 90 overall card, and then or 95 overall card. Sorry, I got my numbers mixed up. Christian Kirk has had a great year. He's finally been like healthy for a full 16 or 17 games now. Really happy to see him have a really good year. I wonder if I think he's going to be a free agent in a year or 2. I know he's like on his 2nd or 3rd year, but Christian Kirk, don't really invest in the team builder, but the superstar 81 overall, a route runner archetype, so he will be a pretty good player. But that is all for the Cardinals offensively. Defensively, JJ Watt's been injured. I thought like Byron Murphy could have got the 95, but he got the Blitz card. Buda Baker would have been a very easy option to get the 95 overall playoff card, so it's kind of been narrowed down. And let me know, Cardinals fans, does Malcolm Butler even play for you guys? I feel like I haven't heard his name all year, but Marcus Golden, right outside linebacker, 85 overall, and then Chandler Jones, his 91 overall team of the week. I think these are the 2 cards or 2 players that make the most sense to get a 95 overall upgrade. Chandler Jones, if I had to guess, like if I had to pick one out of the 2, it'd have to be Chandler Jones because he's got a little bigger name. He has an overall already 91 overall. 91 to 95/96 wouldn't be too big of a jump, but Chandler Jones, Marcus Golden being my 2 Cardinals investments. I don't want to say I'm going to go. I might pick up a Chandler Jones, as I assume, of course, just got a card, but I'm not going to be going crazy. Defensively, it's just a little harder. Like, I don't know, the core elites are just so easy to invest in if they don't have an upgrade, because there's like, it's like an 80% chance to get a card. The team of the week ones and the secondary upgrades, it's just harder. It's probably like a 25% rate of hitting, but it's just a lot harder. Niners, we have a lot to discuss about. Defensively, it's not too hard. It's probably going to be either Jimmy Ward or Eric Armstead. Could be Fred Warner, but we'll talk about that. Offensively, there are a couple of different options. So Kyle Juszczyk, too high of an overall. George Kittle, too high of an overall. Trey Lance. Does Trey Lance finally get his upgrade? Now, my thing is, if Trey Lance is going to be the starter for the Niners going into the playoffs, I know Jimmy G is their starter if he's healthy. But if Jimmy G is not healthy, I could see them giving Trey Lance the 95 overall card because he's going to be the starter. I feel like every starter needs the playoffs is going to need a high overall card. But I think if Jimmy G ends up getting back healthy and he's going to be the starter the rest of the year, I don't think Trey Lance gets the card. Eli Mitchell, 6th round or undrafted rookie, had a great year as a running back. Definitely deserving an upgrade. Probably going to get either a 90 or 91, but he could get the 95 overall card. And the last one, Deebo Samuel. This is a tough one because he could get a team. It's either he's getting a playoff card or a team of the year. It's not like he's not going to get one of those. He's either getting a team of the year or a playoff card. If he doesn't get a playoff card, he's going to get a team of the year. But I think Deebo Samuel is a good enough player, and his speed rating and team, being the Niners, a really good team, I think it's worth the risk to pick up an 88 overall Deebo Samuel team of the week and maybe a 92, a 92 harvest Deebo Samuel, because I don't know, the Niners just name on the offensive side of the football does not jump out to me at that 95 overall hero. Deebo Samuel, probably a team of the year, but he could get a playoff card. I'm just putting that out there. Defensively, pretty easy. Eric Armstead, Jimmy Ward. Eric Armstead from Oregon. He wouldn't be the best card because he's more of a 3-4 technique left end, not the fastest, so he wouldn't be. But the Niners theme team is one of the more, like I said, better theme teams in the game. Nick Bosa, of course, just got a card. Some other guys to mention. I know there's Jason Verrett already has a card. I think Jaquiski Tart is his name, already has a card, but Jimmy Ward just makes sense. Either Jimmy Ward and Eric Armstead are both probably getting upgrades in this promo. It's just who gets the 95, who gets the 93 or the 91. Fred Warner, 92 to 95. He is really good. I think Eric Armstead gets the 95, Jimmy Ward gets the 91 if I had to guess the overalls, but 2 cards very low in price and will probably go from 3 to 10k. You can pick up a few of them, like them as investments. Philadelphia Eagles have secured a playoff spot. They don't have to worry. Offensively though, there are 2 offensive linemen that do not have core lead upgrades. The first one being Brandon Brooks, right guard. And the only thing making me think it's going to be Jason Kelce is Zach Martin. If Zach Martin gets a right guard, they probably won't do 2 right guards. They'll probably do a right guard and a center. So Brandon Brooks, if I had to choose one or the other, of course Dallas Goedert has had a really good year after Zach Ertz being traded. And then you got all the Jalen Hurts. But If I had to choose, I think I have to go with Jason Kelce over Brandon Brooks. Lane Johnson just got his upgrade. It seems like the Eagles are just now getting all their upgrades. Devontae Smith got a card. Jalen Hurts got a card. Everyone on the Eagles is getting an upgrade. Jason Kelce probably next in line. And again, I would choose Jason Kelce over Brandon Cooks if it's do or die. I'm going to go with Jason Kelce getting the upgrade. Moving on to the defensive side of the football, and this is one of the teams or the sides of the football from a team that I'm not really going to be investing in because it's just murky water. There's a lot of options that could be it, and I just don't really, one does not stand out to me. You got Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham both seem to always get high overall cards. Like they either have a playoff card or a team of the year. Fletcher Cox having that LTD makes it a little more expensive, a little more of a risky investment. Then you have Brandon Graham, who's got that 90 most feared. I'm not jumping out of my seat to go pick up 5 of these cards. It's kind of like, hey, if I see them for a really good price, if I see them for training disc cards like a Brandon Graham for 50K, I'll scoop, but I'm not going to go out of my way to pick one up. Anthony Harris is the other card. I don't watch Eagles games. I don't have any fantasy players, so let me know if there's any Eagles fans in the comments if Anthony Harris even plays, if he's been good, if he's been healthy. I have no clue, but the Eagles, there's a plethora of different options. Darius Slay would have been an easy option, but he just got a card. That would have been the easiest Eagles investment ever. But for the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm mainly going to be going after Jason Kelce and Brandon Brooks. For the New Orleans Saints, in this one, again, the NFC seems to be a little bit easier to predict than the AFC to talk about. And you've got 2 guys that do not have upgrades. That's what we love to see offensively for the Saints. It seems like every card has gotten an upgrade this year. You got Teron Armstead, you got Taysom Hill, you got Alvin Kamara, all having 94 plus overall cards. You even got Eric McCoy at 92 overall. Latavius Murray not on the team. Ryan Ramczyk, like Bakhtiari, the highest overall right tackle stock correlate in the game. It does not have an upgrade. First, you have Slant Boy, or I'm not going to say Slant Boy, because I think Michael Thomas actually not a bad receiver. He had to deal with Drew Brees. He did not have much of an arm in the latter half of his career. But Ryan Ramczyk, this is the safest investment, I think, of the entire promo. If the Saints do not choke the Falcons and make the playoffs, sorry, I think Ryan Ramczyk is just there. He's the only right tackle other than Trent Brown I have getting an upgrade maybe in this promo. Ryan Ramczyk, one of the safest investments to make over this weekend. And then for the defense side of the ball, there's a couple options, but the main one being Demario Davis. He has that Jets theme team in his back pocket, makes his ceiling a little bit higher, and it always seems like Demario Davis, very underrated player in real life, doesn't get a lot of recognition, but always seems to find himself having like a mid-tier core elite going into the game, so he seems to always have a good year. Demario Davis, love him, 84 overall, does not have an upgrade. And then you have Tano Passanio, former Chief. This is like one of those guys where it's like he got a card in team. I don't know. I think Demario Davis just ends up getting it. There are a couple other options like Marcus Williams, but I have a hard time seeing EA not give Demario. Like more of these, it's like I have a hard time seeing EA not give these cards that don't have upgrades in the game, and then give it to like why would you give it a Marcus Williams 95 and Demario Davis does not have an upgrade? That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think Demario Davis gets that upgrade. And then for the last team, and they're going to need to, they play the Bears. They play the Bears at home because they played Monday Night Football. So the Vikings play at home against the Bears. They need the Saints to lose to the Falcons, and the Vikings have to win to make the playoffs, I believe. And for the Vikings, it's a little bit of, and I don't really think EA thinks they're going to make the playoffs, but I think Dalvin Cook, we all think, is going to get the Week 14 hero card that we'll get the reveal on Monday, so of course this will all be due, but let's say he doesn't get the Team of the Week card and they make the playoffs. I think Dalvin Cook is an obvious selection to get the 95 overall playoff hero. I mean, Dalvin Cook's a good investment either way because he's probably going to get Team of the Week. I would try to get him under 10K. I still have a bunch of him that I've picked up over Zero Chill, I think maybe even over Blitz. And then, Justin Jefferson, mortal lock to get a Team of the Year. His Team of the Year card is going to be very, very fun to use. Should be 96, 97 overall. But the other receiver is the other card. Let's say they make the playoffs. Dalvin Cook gets the Team of the Week card. I think Adam Thielen gets the offensive hero for the Minnesota Vikings. Although, not that good of an investment because superstars tend to not be the best because you just do the set. We saw with Terry McLaurin getting an upgrade. His superstar card did not go up that much, but maybe pick up his core elite. Adam Thielen wouldn't be a bad shout, but again, not the fastest receiver. But that is going to be all for the Vikings. Defensively, and I could feel I'm starting to lose my voice. It's been a long night recording, but defensively for the Vikings, this is one of the teams like the BUCS, I think like I'm trying to think like the Niners, but one of the teams I'm not really going to be going and investing in because there's just a lot of different options. You got Everson Griffin, 90 overall. Daniel Hunter, opposite of him, just got an upgrade. Eric Kendricks, a UCLA Bruin. He seems like he's gotten 10 cards this year already. I doubt they give him an 11th at 95 overall. The other option I have down, I think Dalvin Tomlinson, although he's not even on, he won't be on this video. I don't think there was none up on the auction house. And then you have Michael Pierce, but again, way too many options for the Vikings for me to be investing in. But as a Vikings investor, I would go after Dalvin Cook and maybe core elite Adam Thielen. But that is finally, and I am tired, it's been a long night, that is all for the NFC video. Again, by the way, Campus Hero video, I always wait till 4 p.m. or 7 p.m. East Coast time to see if there's any LTDs. By the way, take a screenshot. This is the full playoff promo NFC, my spreadsheet. But I'll have the Campus Hero video out a little bit after this, probably like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. West Coast time. And then we will be streaming. I'm going to be streaming Weekend League. We can discuss all about playoff investments, all about the Campus Hero program. Thursday night, I will be streaming, so it'll be after the Campus Hero video. But that is going to be all for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, learned a lot. Again, in the comments, discuss who you think can get an upgrade, who you think might not get an upgrade. If you think I'm capping, you think I'm a fraud, let me hear it. But like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Link to Discord as always in the description. And until the Campus Hero video in a little bit, peace.